What are the worst things happening in the world currently that people don't know about? There's a coordinated multinational extremist right-wing political plan being carried out to suppress and eventually eliminate free democracies and republics. Their goal is to make elections a farce much like those in Russia, and to have a one-party system based in religious extremism and industrial corporation rule. Once this is in place, it will be impossible to undo. The primary reason it was toppled in the 40s is that Russia and America won and it stopped. With America and Russia being the driving force behind the current movement, there will be no one to stop it. There are pan-resistant strains of tuberculosis in Eastern Europe. Pan-resistant means they're resistant to every drug we currently have. If you catch one of them, medicine is in the Middle Ages again, hoping and praying. And it's a matter of time until they spread westward. In the early 20th century, tuberculosis was one of the leading causes of death even in developed countries, and that's what we're heading back to. To note a few, 1.8 million Afghan refugees expelled from Pakistan. Walmart etc. used for fuel in factories in Cambodia. Ongoing slow coup in Guatemala. From Global South News, here free weekly newsletter also just available directly online. There are growing numbers of synchronized mass crop failures occurring on a global level as climate change hits harder. And not only have these already caused famine and economic pain to millions, for example, about 1 million people are starving in Madagascar, but if they continue to worsen and synchronize, then even Western nations will begin to feel sorely affected. Agriculture is depleting underground water reservoirs at rates far beyond their ability to replenish. Between this and soil replenish rates, we are heading towards a dramatic agriculture and potential freshwater collapse. Also, bug populations are decreasing significant. I don't plan on having kids. Be very aware of the massive investment being made around the globe by China in natural resources. They will have leverage like we have never seen heretofore. Third world countries are beholden to the Chinese. Most people would be shocked to know the extent. A lot of sexual assault is still pretty much institutionalized. Weapons trade, meat industry, minerals industry, cigarettes, while they're being phased out in the West, they're still being promoted vehemently throughout the world. This thread did not disappoint. I thought I would find a lot of stupid shit and stupid people here and just wanted to thank everyone for proving me right. Apart from the guy about slavery, but then again it's pretty well known. All of the innocent people locked up and tortured in the name of mental health. Psychiatry hasn't started respecting international human rights guidelines. Never has, never will without being brought to court. 8 million Sudani were displaced, kicked from their houses in the capital and major city Khartoum during the past 6 months period. The capital city literally out of a sudden became a ghost town. Currently my lack of partying. Crime might throw a Vegas fall rager next year. I can't take it anymore. Spent the last years babysitting on some silly shit, zany face, struggle US. Global agriculture is on the verge of collapse. That is not hyperbole, or an exaggeration. Famine on a scale unknown in living memory is on its way. Have a nice weekend. Someone on Reddit linked an article about scammer slaves yesterday. A lot of those online scammers are slaves themselves, forced to do it. I had no idea. Across northern Australia in the last 4-6 weeks, forested and bush areas larger than Spain have burned. It's only the start of the fire season. Animal agriculture and the mass cruelty and ecological destruction it entails. Wildlife trafficking and exploitation to top it off. How many people have no access to healthcare in the US? They may have some type of insurance, but there may be another barrier. Private banking is the main cause of unaffordable housing prices, not inflation, and the perpetual fiat money debt economy. The US-backed Saudi invasion genocide in Yemen. The ongoing Biafran attempts to win back their country from Nigeria. Project 2025. Google it if you don't know what it is. Basically, GOP is a fascist party that hates America. If you're interested in this topic, watch John Oliver. That's his whole shtick and he does it very well. Why would anyone want to come write a thread like this and ruin their day? Say no to doom scrolling, y'all. Corporation hoarding riches when it could be invested in science and medicine so we can fix the world. Lithium mining is more destructive to the environment than any previous method of energy production. Volcano in Iceland. Predictions of Gulf Stream stopping next year. Have a great weekend everyone. That lots of uneducated kids are going to pass school and soon be the ones voting for politics. There's something kinda weird going on with the weather. It seems to keep getting worse. Several genocides. And people claiming they are not genocide despite checking every box. Come on, I'm depressed enough with what I know about happening. I don't need more. On any given day 70k kids are being held in solitary in the US. Rohingya are experiencing massive expulsions and massacres. All the rigged elections where Republicans would have won.